Alright, so we're back with the wagon. Tried to make a video for this thing about 5 or 6 times and always keep getting interrupted and something comes up. But anyway, we're going to try again. Hopefully the rooster doesn't crow and nobody interrupts us. So anyway, not really a whole lot been going on with it. We got the headers in. I think I had those on last time. We did get our radiator in. I'm working on getting that mounted up. I made a little tab right here to hold it. It's pretty solid. We got this header in, and then we put our regulator here, feed coming up from here, and then return going down through there. This is an electric fan off of a Lincoln Mark 8, and it fits this radiator perfect. I mean, it fits the core very well. This is a Howe radiator. This was on the turbo LTD I had years ago, and I sold that car as a roller and kept whatever they wouldn't buy. So I was excited to know I had that laying around because that's a nice heavy duty radiator, and then that fan should keep it good and cool. And still had the radiator hose. So that's about what we got going on under here. Trying to get the wire harness for the headlights separated and loomed together to run behind the fender, hook up to this headlight, and run through here. And then we'll come and pick up this headlight and turn signal combo, so then we won't have wires, as many wires in the engine bay. Try to do a wire tuck and whatnot. Haven't really messed with that much, obviously. What I was working on tonight was getting the shifter in. So this is, I had mentioned in one of the videos trying to do the, using the shifter from the Silverado. One reason because it has a tow haul mode, and then it has the up down part of the thingy dingy. So speaking of this tap shift part, I did a little research, and there is a way that you can wire it up and run the tap shift with some tuning and, you know, obviously a little bit of wiring. So okay, this has 4 wires. I didn't know how many wires this had going to it, but I just wanted to stay column shift because I don't like floor shifters. And I figured, well, floor shifters, number one, I don't have one, and buying one would cost money, and I already had this shifter and the cable. So I'm gonna hook up the cable in the factory. I cut the bracket, drill the spot welds off of the bracket down here so the cable will click in, and then I'll then I'll loop it around and run it into the tunnel and whatnot. So hopefully that'll work out okay, because these cars are pretty small. I don't think I need this thing, whatever this is. I'm assuming this is some sort of tells the truck what gear it's in kind of thing. So but the cable hooks right here, and then the other end hooks down here. So I hope that'll be high enough up out of the way. I guess it should be. I just hope it's high enough, because these cars, you know, once you get in the modern cars and stuff and you climb into one of these, they just feel so small. I mean, look how close it is to my leg, you know, and there's no tilt. Of course, this isn't tight because it's hitting this thing right there. So like I say, I don't think I need this, but I was kind of using it for reference to locate this bracket for the shifter cable. So anyway, it's progress. So I'm happy with that. I put a new thing on here, a new ignition switch in there because mine was tore up. And then I wanted to get the shifter part done, so now I can work on the transmission part and get it opened up all the way, because there's the bracket goes on the side right here for the cable, and it's too tight. So I'm gonna open this up further, and then I got to make room for my dipstick. So again, nobody would ever show me pictures. There was a guy one of my group, LS Swap Dodge Foxes, and dude had a 6.2 6L80 combo like we're gonna have here, and tagged him and was like, hey man, can you show me tunnel or whatever? Dude never responded, so I mean, but anyway, I won't get started on that rabbit hole. But I'll just keep cutting and clearancing until we have enough room, I feel. The big thing is going to be the dipstick tube, and then the shifter cable on this side. And then, what I was thinking is that hole right there is for the cable for the parking brake. So I'll probably utilize that, because I think that's about the same spot the Silverado uses for its cable, because it comes up over the column, loops around, and comes under there. So I think that'll work out good, because we already got the hole there, and we'll go that route. So yeah, so that's the next big thing, is getting this done. And then I've been working on dashes. As you can see, I don't remember what this dash was out of, but I had it laying in the back. I think it was I had a Zephyr box top that I got rear-ended in 2013, February 8th of 2013. Don't ask me any other date. But anyway, I think this was in that car. But it's got a nice OEM Ford radio in it. So I'll probably tear the dash up real nice. It's a real nice radio. So I'm probably going to try to at least use it to fill the hole in my dash. But here's my dash. I've been working on getting it ready to put in. I put the new controls in here. This piece was rotted out, or faded, rotted. I mean, it's 45 years old. It deserves a break. So this is about ready to go in, but again, I got to get the transmission tunnel done. I went through my heater box collection and picked this one. Ford had this connection was different on every box I had, because I think they were made different days of the week, and Ford. So I got this box, this dash, and then when we get the transmission tunnel done, then we'll put the box in there, pull the column out, put the dash in there, put the column in, and hook everything up, because these dashes are just so fragile, and especially being 45 years old. I mean, you look at a 7 to 13 Chevrolet dash, and I mean, they're more fragile than these things. So I mean, it deserves to be fragile. But anyway, I mean, it doesn't look like we made much progress, but we're working there. Stand by. All right, so we're on the back of the car, and I got the tank in. We did our pump in there. I showed the hanger, which is from Tanks Inc., and it's just a little hat with 2 tubes for supply and return. And then I hung the 340 pump from it, and then I did have to drill and put a bulkhead in it. Those little, I have to look up every time what they're called, but where the wires pass through for it. So I had to buy one of those and drill it and put that in there, so the wires for the fuel pump would come through. And I got the fill neck in. Thank God I had the straps and the fill neck and all the associated things with that part of the gas tank. Again, this is the, I don't know, I found this part number on Yellow Bullet and it fit and worked, and even the electrical plugged in, but I gotta cap that off. We got the 8.8, 31 spline, 5 lug axles, 327 gear. And then we started running our fuel lines here coming up, and that was the big thing I was working on there. We did get our exhaust on it. I'm not real happy with it, but I mean, I guess it's not terrible. It's 3.5 inch exhaust, and I made all of it, I mean, obviously. So Mike's got the drive shaft, he's working on that. I got to finish hanging the fuel line and mounting it, and then I was trying to get my return in there. So yeah, so I got enough to finish the return line and then hang all this up. But yeah, I'm not real happy with how the exhaust turned out. I don't know, I don't like it, but it'll work. So I did drain the fluid and new filter, getting ready for that. And let's see, so once I get the exhaust welded up, well, I want to make sure the drive shaft fits before we get crazy welding up the exhaust. And then I did have to change this flange right here. Of course, Ford has multiple different flanges, and so luckily I had one that fit the drive shaft I had. So like I say, Mike's got that. He's building the drive shaft, and then I do have some lower control arms right there with a sway bar I'm going to put back here off of Michael's Mustang, so we can have a sway bar. And then I would like to try to build some kind of little tailpipes and see if I can get it to come up and over the axle. I mean, this side will be easy. I'm not going to do 3.5. I'll probably drop down to 3 inch or something. But with the brake hose right here, it's probably going to be problematic trying to cross right here without melting the brake line. But if anything, I just want it to come up and over the axle and stop, you know, somewhere in this area. But anyway, like I say, not much progress has been made. The 4th of July, we went out of town, and I don't know, I just haven't made that much progress. I did find new ones of these in my shop down there in the garage, out there off of another one I had somewhere along the line, and I was just gonna run without them, and then it didn't look right without them. So I was glad I found those and got them on. And I've just been finding more Fairmont stuff that I've had stashed away over the years. I did find another battery box. I was excited I found that battery box, and then I found like 5 more. So apparently I liked collecting those at one point. Let's see, we got our cam over here, the Liberty heads, and then pistons and all. So we're getting ready to go together with the engine. And then there's our rods. And here's I don't know if I showed the converter. So this is from Atlantic Coast Converters. It was $450. And it's supposed to be, you know, as high a stall as they can get out of them. And then here's our other parts for front cover and rocker arms and stuff. So hopefully, oh, and I got a cam gear, nice. So I think I got everything to put the engine together and get that ready to go. I am getting a mod rod ported intake for it. So I've always wanted to try one of those. And because like I say, this will be 11-to-1 compression, and then with the Liberty heads, and then the mod rod intake. And then we got a bigger cam than we had in the V. And then we have a lot better, freer flowing exhaust than we had on the V. So I think, and plus I'm hoping we'll be like 1,000 pounds lighter with this than the V was, because I mean, what creature comforts did you have in 1980? You didn't even have an airbag. So I think it's going to be a really fun street car. I'm really getting excited about it. And, you know, like I say, I haven't done that much on it, but it's just a little bit here and there and trying to get everything together. So the brakes work, and we're almost done with mock-up. And then we'll be ready to do the real deal here pretty soon. And we might have it going by Monday.